Hey guys, I'm back with another video. This is a little different format. I'm just going to kind of go through my binders, but I just kind of wanted to make a point. It's just one binder today, but you see a lot of stuff now with PSA this and Beckett that, and you got to have it graded. That car is not worth anything, but to me, somebody who came up in the junk racks there anyway, even to the vintage stuff, the newer stuff. When you have something that you're calling a collection, not this is my investment or these are my best cards, but something that's a real collection. Just because it's not an $800 card doesn't mean it shouldn't be in your collection. I mean, there's a lot of junk wax stuff that if you want to have a real collection, it's got to be in there. It's got to be part of it. So I just want to flip through here. I have probably 4 just junk wax. That's kind of how I divide my stuff up. I have new stuff and vintage stuff, and then I have junk wax stuff in my binder. So I'm just going to go through here as quick. Like David Justice's rookie card. It's not worth a lot of money, but you need to have it. This 92 chipper, not his rookie card, but it's a staple card from that time period. A lot in the next page or two you're going to see of Gary Carter. He was one of my favorite players growing up. So a lot of his stuff's in here. Different time periods, but go through this quickly. See, all this is Gary Carter, and it's going to start to vary by player. I got some Sievers in here that I moved over. In the process of organizing things, I kind of would start and stop with different ideas, but this is more or less what I came up with in the end. And I do have some basketball cards stuck in here from the same era. Robinson. And you're going to see some of these busts, rookie wonders from the time period that, this is Glavin, that really never became anything, but they were hot cards back then. Jose Canseco's brother, Ozzie Canseco. Prime Time, Mike Schwitt. Todd Van Poppel is one of those that, everybody thought he was the next big thing. Didn't happen. This is Pat Mahomes. This is the quarterback's father here from 92. Hojo, gotta have him. Some 80s rookies stuck in there. That funny Dave Magadan Future Stars card. We know that didn't happen either. I'm sure. Shields, Eddie Murray. We went to 92 Pinnacle. It's kind of mixed together here. A minor league card for Jason Pruitt. 91 Fleer. Everybody's favorite. Got some postcards. Actually, you need to grab this card while I see it, because that's part of my top 80 cards of the 80s. I need that one. If you hear the noise in the background, that's my son. So that's a bunch of rookies on this page. Randy Myers, Raffy, Ruben Sierra, Cal Daniels, Steve Avery, 92 Score, 92 Donruss, some 90 Upper Deck there. These are some minor league cards. I have a bunch of them for Upper Deck for 92. This was a fun subset. The overall set sucked, but those were kind of interesting cards. And I did like these. This is a score insert. Back to these 92s, another Pat Mahomes. A cat down there. Lavin. That's Pete Rose Jr., who, of course, he never became Charlie Hustle, but that's another card I wound up with. John Olerud, Javi Lopez, Eric Quiros, Cliff Floyd. This is a set. I have the whole thing. It's kind of cool from the local Danville Braves team. They put out kind of the top 25 players, I believe, of the last 25 years that they had on their team. And one of those players is Ronald Acuna Jr. Ramirez. It's a cool card. It's a checklist. Dawson, Plantier, Bernie Williams. '93 Upper Deck. I like that set. It's a chipper. Smoltzy. Willie Mays, Sandberg, Lofton. I always like this card. The guy signing the card of himself on the card. I think that's an awesome card. It's a no-name player, but still a fun card. Smith, Glavin, Malta. The Studio. I'm not a fan of Studio. I had this whole set for this year, but something I pick up for a couple of bucks. I'm not a big Studio fan. Just not for me. Sammy Sosa, got Boggs, Piazza. And these have had some random things I thought were kind of cool. I stuck in here, and for the most part, for the years I wasn't collecting, late 90s through 2000s for the most part, even if a lot of the people may have been noteworthy, I might not have heard of them before because they played essentially their entire career while I wasn't collecting and I wasn't watching a whole lot of baseball. So remember these cards that came out when they added the expansion teams? I think these were in the 93 top set. Could be wrong, but I think that's where they came from. And some Bowman, Davis, Sheffield, Glavin, Wangan, Pudge, 93 Fleer, another set that is not fantastic, so-so. Bagwell, Prime Time again, Eddie Murray, Johnson, like I said, I got a bunch of binders. I'll maybe do a couple more binder videos with those. Kind of go through what's in there. This is nothing spectacular, really. This is all a lot of junk wax based stuff. But like to me, this is kind of the meat. You might have your showpieces of your collection. And then you have maybe your commons of your collection. But this is really the meat of what I think makes up a lot of good collections. Is it's great to have your Gaudies, and it's great to have vintage. It's great to have Mantle, but you got to have this other stuff in there too to kind of make a full rounded collection. Pete Rose, Tim Raines, Fernando Tatis Sr. Some of that Metal Universe. Very little of those, so I stuck them in here. Part of a collection I got. Let's see, Gold Rush. Here, it's classic Sheffield. And this is the end of this binder. This is Manny Ramirez minor league card again. Some of these subsets here for the Heroes of Baseball, Reggie Jackson. But thank you for checking it out. And, hope you got where I was going with this. You know, kind of the staple of the collection, or the meat of the collection, the stuff that most of your binders are filled with. So hope you like it. I'm sure you have a lot of the same stuff at home, and we'll see you next time.